engage, do all of your usual stuff, but for the time being, we're getting into what might be the final map of Big's run to Season 12. Such a big one on their pick of Dust 2 here today. It's one that, of course, Forze need to win. Otherwise, they'll be slapped back to that bottom bracket against a second chance. That lower bracket against Team Spirit coming up. All to play for here. And xantares already shutting dreams down upon mid. What are these headshots? He's all-important round coming up through. Trying to execute this rotation, and xantares once again, he just isn't slowing down for a second today. He's already on 7 kills before we even really get into the meat of the map. Let's see though, Sirisen's going to go for that instant peek, and what a headshot. C-Power just taken out of the server, ripped by his shoulders right away, and that's how fast this AWPing is. He hasn't even got an AWP in hand, and he's able to win that duel. That is, yeah, really painful stuff, and you just can't allow that to happen. Good damage onto tabseN. The nade doesn't quite connect around that corner. Gabe Newell told me that he had fixed that one, but perhaps not. That looked precariously close. Maybe a little too close for my liking. Big. This 5v4 scenario. Couple of weak points, of course. Sirisen Scout no longer really looks like a weak point, but of course on paper it is. Especially as you get into these AWP duels. The 3 sets of AK-47s as well. Should be able to shred through at least the MP9 and Scout, but CSGO we know isn't that easy. And if Big can, well, come up with a couple of rounds here, it's looking like identical starts, and what a tag onto face crack. He gets nailed down to 28 before we even really get into the majority of the action. Here comes the second prod, and how much damage is this man doing right now? Both are going to peek and swing. He finds another kill before dropping down, and that leaves Big in this great situation, and Forze an unenviable situation as Flick gets peppered by the frag grenades. Almays are locked out of this A-bomb site, and Big, they hold serve on the CT side. It's going to be 4-0 here. Almays wants to save that AWP. What a tragic round. HP. A minute left. tabseN, he's just gunning for more, isn't he? I don't even know if I call this greedy or just so smart right now. He places that smoke down. That creates that stalemate towards middle where Forze just, they can't push it. They're going straight into the M4. Instead, they try and peer over the top. That limits the numbers to 4-4, but a massive advantage, nevertheless, for Big. I don't even think this rifle is retrievable. I think C-Power really just has to do a hell of a lot here with only 1 HP and an AWP. The bomb should be able to go down, but look how fast Sirisen is on these shots. Perfection on the A-bomb site, as he has yet to be challenged. He's big, and as you climb higher up those rankings, teams know, yeah, right, we have to hold on to this utility to ensure that they're massively effective. And, well, Big, they've knocked 3 players down to below a quarter of their initial HP before the push even comes through. And here's Sirisen. It's just a firing range. There's that nade again. It clambers in. Proof to the pudding as Big secure a successful 6. Just a millimeter to play with. Comes the initial spray. Just cleaning windows with his mouse mat, wiping it all over his desk, finding even a kill off the back of it. And there's the man advantage before the push even comes through. Now they have to take away some of these further defenders. And xantares, last defender on that B-bomb site. Oh no, Tizian, how does he even find that kill? That is so BM. Just goes for a random stab and ends up connecting. That's so nasty. And Sirisen, is he really going to give Big an opportunity into this one? On the B bomb site, there should be a bit of a lockdown, a shutdown. But instead, it gets a little bit frisky. Remember, we're playing on a recent patch. So, or not the most recent patch. So those double doors haven't been inverted yet. Means that car is probably the safe space. Instead of being like shooting fish in a barrel for the CT side. This is one that they're going to go for, but with AKs in hand. And those nades aren't going to be hyper effective. Lit on the bomb site needs to isolate these members. And there's both of the shots required. 1 minute 30. The smokes go down in a way. And there actually looks to be a little bit of spacing on this A bomb side for Forze to try and make their marker. tabseN's more than aware of that CT drop-off. Finally gets dealt with. There's no smokes to CT. That's a real problem for the Forza attack, but no punishment comes through from Sirison once. There's the first kill from him. Is Jerry able to shut him down? And now it's the collapse, the crunch onto xantares, and he falls the same fate. Tizian versus 2. He's got a nicely executed flank in place. This is actually quite quick to the marker. Could catch Forza off guard, but with all of that mid-control gained by Jerry, they kind of know where he's going to be, and that's the second. I think that's a little bit ambitious. Here come the smokes. You always need 2 smokes for this cross angle, especially on a round, well, in any round, but even against the Deagles, because it's quite difficult to make that cross, and well, 1 kill traded back in retort. And now Forza can start to isolate off these CT members. They know exactly where tabseN is, and he's got no support. So goes down. Not before he finds another kill there. And a 2v2 out of nowhere. xantares cannot be doing this again. Almeiza's going for this peek. And as soon as he goes for the swing, xantares nails him. What a god with the deagle. 7-2. And I'm getting PTSD flashbacks from Inferno just a little while ago. Weapons, and with Almeiza going down first, and Sirison just isolating these members. Forza can't get their paws anywhere close to this bomb site. Feels like Sirison's a turret as well. He seems to hit. Quick headshot through. Forza trying to get off of just 2. Minute 20 on the board. They still haven't dealt with xantares, and is he really going to be the problem maker once again? A bit of trigger discipline here might do the trick. See how he turns, and he falls the same fate. xantares, only finds the 1 kill's worth of damage. They can't connect either. So it's Sirison versus a pair of players. With plenty of cash, this is one that ideally he would probably want to go for. He's, of course, checking all of these angles. And does he know where Flit is playing from? There's the shot. Levels it to a 1 versus 1. And Jerry is right around this corner. He switches to the nades at the wrong moment. And that... Almeiza gets a little bit of info there, but obviously he's got a Spire to breach. And, well, tabseN's just a little too quick for his liking. Big, again, finding these opening frags. And Forza haven't been able to breach the bomb site yet. Those choke points being shut away by xantares once again. Looking very, very convincing at this point. Forza unable to chain rounds together. Of course, on your CT side, that's what you want to stop your opponents from doing. They got off to a better start, winning the pistol. A couple of gun rounds coming through, but it feels like they've been totally outclassed in this series. Of course, Sirison and xantares has been just fragging like on a frenzy from the start. And now with 30 seconds left, it's down to Flit to finish. And xantares, he's obviously just going to take a peek here. He's spotted him through. He's just going for these baity jumps through double doors. They know exactly where this last AK is playing from. Well, there's the flank to finish it off. Against G2 of all teams. They've just been killing teams online. And once more, you see Forza walk into the blender, which is this A-site defense, only trading back a single. And there's the spray down, which should end things. 11-3 for the big side. Jerry with no opportunity to get the job done here in round number 14. This is such a one-sided scoreline. And what do you do if you're Forza? I think tactical pauses, I don't think they can work anymore. You need a a shot of espresso, perhaps. Something to wake you up. I said at the start of this series, which, albeit wasn't actually too long ago, that Forze need to throw a spanner in the works. They need to be the jack-in-the-box. They need to increase the variance of this series. Forze, what do you do? He's doing such heavy damage once again. Combined with a flashbang, it seems all over here in the first half. With the bomb gone, and Sea Power just chipping on through. They're going to take a 4-0 trade. Just nothing being done by Forze. The shadow spotted to finish off the half. The action for perhaps the final time as we jump right into an early second pistol round. 12-3 at the half. And Forze now need some success. Otherwise, well, they're running this upper bracket. It's going to be all over, said and done. And we're going to be crowning big. He's signing them into Season 12 fairly early. They've been just sensational. And this pistol round looks anything but for Forze. They've been absolutely shut away once again. There go the final building blocks of that. Not the ball rolling either. And, well, we might be heading to bed early after this one. And just look at these shots from start to finish. Siriuson's been hitting it all. Big, absolutely worthy participants. There's no shadow of a doubt. Sometimes an online qualifier, a team, they'll just have a dream performance, a couple of upsets here and there, get an easy bracket with only one big series win. That's not been the case here. Big have taken down humongous scalps. As we said, after this series, they're going to be 9-10 in series play. And Big just on the home straight. It's undeniable right now. They're the better team in this series. Very said and done day of CS. Sirison missing 2 of the only shots that he's missed all day, but third time lucky. He's going to nail you that time. You just can't toy around with this man. See that Big, they always find the gap in the defense. When Sirison isn't finding those kills, he's getting all of the key information, stating that, well, maybe the rotates aren't inbound, and that's what Big's been doing all day. All of this info is absolutely flawless. You see, even spamming through the smoke here, Almeza, there's just nowhere to maneuver. Even though he finds a couple of kills, it just doesn't put this round into contention. And I can already see 11,000 people in the chat saying GG, and I might be on board with you folks. This definitely looks like a said and done series. Big, after this kill, they'll need one more to sign that paperwork. 15-3, Big. One more needed. And Ace for Tizian. He's started to step up as well. 5 kills away from Pro League. Unbelievable. Might be the final round of their run. So understated. And you see, even though this is a full buy round for Forze, just getting rid of that Galil, you never know what their buy's going to look like. Maybe there's a couple of SMGs on this CT side. They're not taking any chances. You cannot have your AWP, especially up against players like Sirison, just falling flat. It's just not doable. So Big will walk into this defense this time. And there are the kills. Maximum damage. You even see in this round. Face crack starts it on 60 HP, and that might not sound like a lot, but it brings you in contention of getting one tap by these Tech 9s. That becomes real problematic as we get further into things, especially in these gun rounds. You go down to 50 HP, 15 HP. Just don't have a lot of health to work with. A minute left on the board, and well, here come the kills. B bomb site. A bit of a shutdown, but no finishing blow here. Oh, Big. Couple of kills through, and it might be Tizian to do it again. It's the Deagle to secure their spot in Pro League.